Hello chefs again. Well, winter is here, so I'm starting on the soups, and I start with a fairly quick, of course, because I got time limitation, but also an easy one, which is a chowder. And it will be a sweet corn and pepper chowder. So you need, of course, sweet corn. You can use tin one as well, or fresh, or even on a cob. And of course, my sweet peppers, 3 colors, and red onion, the usual companion of every chef, more or less in same amounts. As a frying compound, I got some butter. You can have a vegetarian version, and thickening agent, tiny bit of flour, not much, and then salt. But instead of pepper, I use a hot chili sauce. So off we go. I got stock, about a liter of stock, vegetable stock if you're vegetarian, chicken if you're not, and I got the pot ready, nice and hot, to receive the first ingredient. So it is a, again, multitasking sort of approach. You cook as you prepare, all in stages. It should be ready in less than 15 minutes. So I start straight away, which is the onion first always, so it caramelizes. Sharp knives go without saying. Cook's knife is the best, and you hold it the way I've shown you with the 2 fingers there. And if you first lesson, you cut it through the root. So when you peel it, make sure you leave the root in, so it doesn't fall apart. You can see it there, root away from the knife, and then slice it. Today it can be a bit coarse, so for beginners this will be quite easy. You cut it into slices, but not through the onion, so that the root keeps each layers in place. And this more or less the speed that you should be able to achieve very soon. So the root is there, cut it through in half, put it flat. I stick my butter in so it melts. And then you cut across the layers. Everything's going on. Multitasking. Butter is melting nicely. I want it to a golden color. That's the butter. You can use oil instead. I better move it around. Make sure it doesn't burn. Got a bit of a hot spot. And in goes the onion. So it should be just sort of gently frying without too much noise. So I have to sort of reduce it down, which is called sweating. As that is sweating away, I do my corn. So you take the corn, fresh this one in case, nice and young, and you remove the kernels by cutting them off down to the actual core. You can see them coming to bits. The sharp knife just along all round. And that makes for a good full flavor and a bit of a texture as well, a bit of a crunch. Right. So this is called a chowder, which really is indicating the pot I use. It's from the French, which is chaudron, which can easily be translated in cauldron, like in the old days, hanging by the open fire inside the chimney, where all the cooking took place. I think I just need 2 corn on the cobs for this one. This will be more than 1 portion, which I usually cook for, or 2, so I can keep the soup for another day. It keeps well as long as it's quickly refrigerated or cooled down and put in an airtight container in the fridge. But the best thing is to have a friend to share it with, and also the friend to perhaps provide for the rest of the ingredients, which I'm going to be using, like a bit of a nice multi-seed sort of farmhouse or artisan bread. right? So it stopped frying and it's actually sweating. In I go with my corn. And next is the peppers. Mix them in, and that is just coming up to the sweating sort of stage. You've got corn kernels everywhere, as they tend to do. Keep that in a hot stock, cover it up and let it sweat as I prepare the peppers. The peppers we cut into small dice. If it was a precise dice, I would call it the size brunoise, which is again French, which always determines of a specific size dice, which is more or less the size of my onion and the sweet corn. So don't forget to have a positive grip on the knife, and you always cut through the peppers from the flesh part to the skin, so you don't have to press too much and crush the peppers, the flesh underneath. And it's much easier and faster too. As I said previously, the three colors really is that the green one is when they're really underripe, then they become yellow, then become red as they stay in the sunshine and ripen off. That's why, as I said before, some of the peppers are multicolored. Depends on how they are in the sunshine. One side will become up to yellow, the one which is less sunshine, red, and the one that has the full sunshine, yellow. That's the ripest side. And all here is going on at the same time. The sweet corn is just about to be ready, sweated. We leave the peppers last because it won't take long, and even if it's a bit crunchy, it's no problem. So this one is just a rough dice really. I couldn't call it a precise brunoise. There it is, sweating nicely. Give it a good stir. Which means really frying without a colour. And in goes the pepper. And just mix it in. The pepper doesn't need much sweating because it will cook quite fast once the stock is in there. But what I want is really to minimize the steam coming out of the pot, telling me that nearly all the water content has gone. At which stage I introduce some salt. Not too much, because the stock, the vegetable stock, might have some salt already added to it. You can buy different grades of saltiness in our stock cubes. Salt free, right up to the full strength. But usually vegetable stock is without salt. That's it, it's nearly drying up. Mix in the flour, about the equivalent of a tablespoon in this case. I got about at least 4 or 5 portions here. Make sure it is well incorporated into vegetables. And then I add the hot boiling stock. I won't use it all because I might want to thin it down later. Just enough to cook the vegetables. And that should come back to the point of boiling. Make sure that it starts simmering. And then I'll leave it for a few minutes. So I'll stop the video now and I'll come back once to the touch, maybe to the mouth as well. The pepper is just about soft. Obviously it's not now. So I'll let it cook and see you in a minute with the finished produce. See you soon. And here we are, about 5 minutes, maybe a bit longer, depends on the amount and of course the heat on your cooker. and it's slightly thickened because of the flour, but I can see the nice colors all in there. So to finish it off is tasting and correcting the texture, and for that I need that. If you prefer, you can use fresh ground pepper. Because of the peppers, the sweet peppers, the chili sort of strength will go together. And I think the consistency is going to be thick as it cooked, so I can add the rest of the stock, which is roughly a litre I used. And a litre which easily serve about 6 portions. Right, mix it in nicely. Taste it, cold spoon, in cold water if possible, and very quickly put it in, and the coolness of the spoon will cool the soup and you're ready to taste it. So you won't burn your lips. That's alright, just needs a bit of the kick. Couple of shakes of that. Mix it in. Check it again. As for salt, is plenty. The bit that I put in was more than sufficient. So another clean spoon each time, or have a pot of or a glass of cold water to clean it in, and that's just right. So I got my farmhouse bread, I got my little pot, and I'm ready for dinner. And that's my sweet corn and pepper chowder. Classically, the chowder contains shellfish like prawns, and it can be really done in any way that you like, but as I say, it's fairly fast and it's got results. So that's my dinner. You have yours, and I hope you enjoy it. Let me know, and tell me if you are doing a variation of this. Please do. See you next time. Bye bye.